Peace. A funny thing about me, I've always myself seemed to have been very alone. And it is a funny thing that I do not care what anyone thinks of me. It is especially funny because I sit down here and I make an effort to speak and to present myself and to be available for that I speak. You would think someone who puts themselves out there has a motivation that people care a certain type of way about them, but that is not the case for me. I do not care what anyone thinks of me. Perhaps it would be better if I did to some degree. But I do not, and I cannot. A very funny thing about me, I've always experienced myself as being very alone. I have not had strong connections or intimate connections or love to certain degrees. And I do not say these things to victimize myself or to make myself special for them. I say these things because perhaps you as well have felt alone. And I would like to honor you in that and let you know that it is okay. And that the most beautiful thing about this is that despite whatever you do feel, you are connected to all things. You yourself are blessed in that way, and others are blessed in that way, and that you are connected to them. And the impact that we may make upon each other, and that this love persists throughout that there is a reason for it. That you did not find yourself to be something that would stand in a crowd and be a part of it, but that you would stand alone and have something to contribute from that. That you are unique, that you would show a way unique your own, that you are this life, that it is satisfactory to you, that you are who you are. And in the end, I believe it will be proven to you in this life or in the hereafter that you never were alone and that always you are loved. And perhaps I have to believe these things for myself, and that is okay as well. It is a triumphant thing to be able to be who you are in the face of that, to have acceptance for yourself, to call this a glory that I am, to smile at it, to be grateful in the face of it, and to forge a new way for yourself, that there are connections in your life. And perhaps you will remain in this feeling of aloneness through that. But the integrated presence of your own being will have a positive effect upon all others. And I invite you to that. I invite you to the exploration of it, and I invite you not just to hear my words and to say, I will as well be this way and identify in this way, but to challenge yourself that you do have connection and that you do feel that, because I believe it is good for you. And that is the beauty entirely of what I'm doing. It is always a mystery to me, I do not always perhaps consciously have a presence awareness or a specific intention other than that it may be a benefit to you and that I cannot help myself but to do it, that it is my nature, that I would be abandoning myself not to do it, not to speak to you, not to have connection, not to be unique and individual, and at some points alone. And that is okay. There is beauty and grace within that, in that individuality, and that you would pursue that you would pursue a path that is unique to you, with no destination in mind, but that you are here and that you are now that you are embarked upon this destination, that you have taken this unique path, that your eyes will see unique things, and that you will have from this unique vision and unique sight, an ability to give and to care for others in a way that is true and unique of you. That you had met fear within it, that you did not turn away, that you found yourself in it, that you were acceptant to you, the path before you, that you accepted it, that it was sufficient to you, that this grand adventure was granted to you, that there is purpose within it, that you are sufficient to it, that there is purpose within it, that you do not need a belonging in this world, but that you have this, a belonging within yourself, that you did not abandon this, that you cared enough for your own being, that you would not turn away from your nature, and that you would not turn away from others, but that you would be acceptant of the innate difficulty that is presented to you in this path, that perhaps you will be rejected, perhaps you will not be loved, perhaps you will be hated, perhaps you will be persecuted, perhaps your life will not be so easy, but it will be worth it. For what you find of yourself and what you give from that place of your own being to others and to this world, and all things that may become from this, that you embarked on that journey, that you went where others would not, that you met yourself in places others would not care to journey. And I invite you to know that this is a divine task upon you. If you feel a closeness or a resonance into what I'm speaking, that you were endowed with this, a strength to carry out that journey, to witness of your own being, to come into this world of difficulty, of struggle, of weight, of heaviness, and that you would develop from it purpose and strength that you may give, that you may foster life in others, that you have found in your own being, that you are not attached to what others think of you, that you are not attached to the sorrows that you walk through, but that you are acceptant of your own being, of the love of God, of the love of nature, of the love of all life within you that supports you, that you will continue forward and see what may be, that you will not give up, but that you will face all difficulty and struggle, that you will make a lightness of this weight from the strength that you have gained, and that this is revealed in its own way to be a love that has always been with you, a greater love than the alternative path of dismissing yourself. That it was a great love that you were chosen for this unique path. And perhaps you will not have acknowledgement for it. Perhaps your life will never become easy. Perhaps it is better that way. That you would carry what is yours. That you would love yourself for it. That you would love others for whatever their perception of you may be. That you will flex on it in that way. That you are strong enough not to have hatred in your heart, not to feel harmed or discarded, but that you embrace it as a love. I get to be this thing that is unique and sufficient upon its own, and that is willing to give grace that I have found within my own being upon all others. That is beautiful, and that is yours to have and claim. And I thank you for it. And in all things, beautiful love and truth, glory, grace, strength, thanks, grateful God, courage, strength, protection, I'm with you. Peace.